Well, I'm back in Tanya's kitchen again, and it's ANZAC Day here in Australia, so I'm going to make ANZAC biscuits. Now, the reason why ANZAC biscuits was so important is that they don't contain eggs, so they don't tend to go off. So I make a large batch, pop them in an airtight container, and give them to friends and eat them, and they last a really long time, but not that long. Okay, so this is 1.5 cups of flour, so this is 1/2 cup. So that's 1.5 cups of flour. Now get a pot and put in 200 grams of butter for 4 tablespoons of golden syrup. As you can see, I'm a very good measurer, but you can measure. And you just want to melt them together while you are getting this ready. So 1.5 cups of flour. Now we want 2 cups of rolled oats. Of that. I couldn't have done it better if I'd have set it up. Okay, and then I've got 2 cups of coconut. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just 2 cups. This is a 1/2 cup measure, remember? And then 1 cup of brown sugar. Now, you can use caster sugar, but I prefer brown sugar. Don't have to squish it in. Just 1 cup. Alright. If you want to put a little bit less sugar in, you can. But yeah, like that. And that's it, really. I'll just put this in the sink. So it's not difficult. And so while the butter and the golden syrup is melting, what you need to do is get all the brown sugar, because some of it's in a little bit of lumps, and just, like you're rubbing butter into flour. Alright. And just make sure that it's all mixed in together, because it makes a big difference. And then you don't get, weird bits in your ANZAC biscuits. Brown sugar. I just find that brown sugar is, it's always a nice flavour. So yeah, so this is in memory of my Poppy, who was a Cheney prisoner of war in World War II, and I miss him a lot. And ANZAC Day, it's not like harder, it's just a time where we remember the men and women that sacrificed their lives so that we can have freedom. And, go to a dawn service, go to a parade, make some ANZAC biscuits, stop and think about your life. There you go. So I've mixed all that, so it looks sort of like a breadcrumby mixture now. There's no separate. Alright, so this butter has melted. Now what you need to do is just combine, so it's combined, boil the kettle. Alright, so I've just turned the kettle on. Make yourself a cup of tea. But here I've got some bicarb of soda. Alright, so you just put 1 teaspoon, make sure it's a proper teaspoon, not a Liz measured teaspoon, 1 teaspoon of bicarb of soda, to 4 tablespoons of boiling water. That's about 1/4 cup. Alright, and so you stir that around, and then you can pour yourself a cup of tea as well and enjoy an ANZAC biscuit when you're halfway through your cup. Alright, so stir that so that's all dissolved. Now, this is the fun part. This is the part that kids will actually really love. Alright, so I've just got a little bit more butter to melt. so while you stir and you put that in there, turn off the heat, and you have this frothy goodness. All right, that's what the bicarb does. But make sure that you dissolve it in water. Now pour it straight in. Make sure you get all that yummy butter and golden syrup. And this is why it kept longer, because there's no eggs. And so you mix. Let me put those out of the road. Get my tray. Get my baking paper. Now obviously I've got more trays, but I'm just going to do one for you today. So just mix that all around. I do the first mix while the mixture's hot with a spoon, and then the fun part is you get to mix it with your hands. My hands are clean, I've washed my hands. I like to mix with my hands because you get to feel the mixture, and I'm very tactile cook, so yeah. Alright, so now I've got all this yummy mixture on my hands. It's very nice to just lick it off, but I won't do that because I'm on film. Alright, but what I am going to do is I'm going to grab a spoon. And so what you do is you grab a spoon, and you can grab a teaspoon or a large spoon, and that's about the size. So I'd always grab a teaspoon, and you know, like it's a heaped teaspoon size. Now don't put them too close together because they do spread. So you can see they're coming along. Now I'm going to keep doing this, and then once I've done the whole tray, I'll put them in an oven that's 180 degrees. And that is for, you pop them in for between 10 and 15 minutes. It really does depend on your oven, and it really does depend on the size of your biscuits. So right, so I've just taken my second batch of ANZAC Biscuits out of the oven. I'll just let them cool a bit, and then I put them on a plate. And so here are the yummy ANZAC biscuits. Now, the key to a good ANZAC biscuit is, they're hot ones, hard on the outside and soft on the inside. Yum! Put them in an airtight container, and they'll last for actually a couple of months, but they never last that long. So enjoy, and remember those who fought for us and sacrificed their lives so that we could be free. All right, see you later.